Hello everybody, we are back with some World of Warcraft. Was going to do this earlier today, but there was a maintenance, so I had to drop out and come back. I'm going to check out the Human Heritage Armor campaign / quest with this, my human rogue, Velena. Velena is a character that I've had since Vanilla Warcraft. Original, not classic, since 2004. And she has had a long journey of assisting Matthias Shaw with delicate matters, as Stormwind was once corrupt to the core with evil nobles. So she's the perfect one to take on this task.
Hail, champion! I bear a high priority message for you.
Greetings.
The agent fixes his eyes on you and nods. I have an urgent letter for you, hero. Something has happened in the keep. I recommend you see to its contents promptly and keep this to yourself, hero.
For the
Champion, there is an urgent mission that requires a seasoned hero of Stormwind such as yourself. Quickly meet me behind Stormwind Keep and tell no one.
Here we have Matthias Shaw, long-term ally and collaborator with Velena. Also, huge, standing next to me. Probably not in canon, though.
It's Shaw. Matthias Shaw.
It's good you were here.
The job's not done yet.
Did I try and do an imitation of his voice? This is a top-secret mission, Velena. We've had a break-in. A powerful historical artifact was stolen from the keep, and it looks like the Defias Brotherhood is to blame. We caught one thief, but the other got away. But I don't like it, Velena. My guts tell me there's more. I've called in a specialist on the Brotherhood. Meet us in the basement of the Lion's Pride Inn in Goldshire.
Look to the shadows. This was a very bold move by the Defias Brotherhood, especially since they've been relatively quiet since the last attack of the Legion. The artifact they stole, I shudder to think what they intend with it. We must move quickly.
Okay. Also, that music was incredibly loud, so we're going to reduce the music volume even more. Lion's Pride Inn. Thankfully, I am not on... forget the name of this server. The RP server, where all the sexy time happens. I'm confident our time at the inn will be relatively undisturbed. Here we are at the inn. Uh-oh.
Over here, champion. Let me know when you're ready to speak to our informant.
Let's just pretend. Let's play pretend that I am not one of 8,000 people down here. Keep your wits about you. I can flash my uncrowned insignia. Nice.
I think you will understand why we needed this meeting in secret, Shadowblade.
Because it's so wonderful to see you again, boss.
Vanessa.
Oh.
I'm just having some fun, of course.
Since the Legion, it seemed to me that Vanessa has been more focused on the Uncrowned than the Defias. And the Defias have been quiet. So then, Vanessa, why did your Defias steal the Drakefire amulet from Stormwind Keep?
The what? If you're going to pin something on me, you have to do better than stringing some random words together.
My few interactions with Vanessa told me she isn't interested in the banditry of the old Defias Brotherhood. To her, the Brotherhood meant supporting the downtrodden, those that Stormwind had left behind. That I can respect. But most of our Brotherhood continue to engage in thievery from innocent travelers. That's not revolution, that's highway robbery. She insists she tries to stop them.
Look to the shadows.
In this, I trust Vanessa's word. I do not believe she knows what the Drakefire amulet is. Some of the story about Onyxia was made public, but not all. Perhaps even you do not know. I will explain everything for both of you.
Sleep with one eye open.
Tell Shaw you're ready to hear about the history of the Dragonflight amulet.
The job's not done yet.
Let's go. Cutscene time.
A few years after the Third War, Marshal Reginald Windsor suspected there was evil in Stormwind. Where others saw chaos, he saw treachery in the corrupt dealings of the nobles and the rise of the Defias Brotherhood. Through perseverance, he discovered a grand conspiracy leading to the hallowed halls of Stormwind Keep itself. But you know this. You were there. That day, he confronted the most powerful noble in Stormwind, Lady Katrana Prestor. With her lies exposed, she burst forth, revealing her true form, Onyxia, daughter of Deathwing. Windsor laid down his life to free Stormwind, shattering Onyxia's hold on the city. After she fled, we discovered the cursed amulet she had used to control and persuade so many. While there were concerns Onyxia's power may still linger within, it remained in your possession. Until now.
That is true. Canonically, in my character, Armada, Valena would have been the one to do those events. We have a lot of Vanessa Van Cleef dialogue. I love Vanessa Van Cleef. I miss Legion not having her accompanying me at every step.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Let's talk to her. Stay out of my way, hero. What, you don't remember all of our wonderful time together? Fine, I'll play along. You took my seat as the Shadow of the Uncrowned during the Legion invasion. I challenged you for the position and, well, I was having an off day. You won. That time. Once. Whatever. They decided I should work for... No, that you needed someone actually competent to help you do your job. So I stuck around to do the heavy lifting for you. Vanessa suddenly pauses, then swallows hard. That was a lot of demons. Ask about her time fighting the Legion. I've seen men do terrible things to one another. I've seen my people starve. I've seen my father killed. I've seen my own revolution fall apart at my feet. The torture and pain the Legion sought to bring to our world, that was something else entirely. I saw many people die in those days. You can't come back from that the same person. Vanessa turns her head away and stares into the distance. Ask about something else. Let's talk about Shaw. Vanessa rolls her eyes. The spy master from the Crown has some principle, I'll give him that. The fact that he still hasn't arrested me means he can keep his word, at least. We have an arrangement. I keep the Defias on a short leash, and he doesn't go after us. Luckily for him, I'm not that interested in leading my brotherhood to murder and robbery anymore. If only the bulk of the Defias actually felt the same. It's getting harder and harder to keep them from hurting innocent people. Ask for more information about the Defias Brotherhood. Vanessa straightens slightly. The Defias Brotherhood are vigilantes fighting for the people of Westfall when no one else will. At least, we should be. Many would call us bandits. In my father's time, I have to admit, it was true. His righteousness turned quickly to vengeance and greed. But that doesn't mean his anger wasn't justified. As long as there's suffering in Westfall, there will always be Defias. I tried to lead them to be a force for revolution and good. Now, I fear they are too used to the life of the bandit. Now, that's something, her saying her father turned to malice and greed. I always roleplayed it that he was part of that Onyxia spell cast over the nobility and the people of Stormwind. He was part of that equation. I don't know, maybe that's not the case. Then maybe he was just an a-hole. We all have our own versions of the past, don't we? I don't care if some dragon lady has a magic amulet. It wasn't complete mind control. The nobles already hated the common people. The Stonemasons Guild would never have needed to turn to banditry and become the Defias Brotherhood if not for them. Okay, a little bit of what I just talked about. It wasn't complete mind control.
Right away.
Whatever is going on, I don't like it. Last thing we need is this dragon lady's power corrupting everyone again. Whoever did this must have known much about Onyxia. Shaw mentioned this. Reginald Windsor. He was the only one to suspect Lady Presta. Well, maybe his friends in the Burning Steppes have more of his information. She must have had allies. Anything that points us to people close to her would help. Check it out, will you?
I will have my review.
Vanessa,
Sure.
we must consider the possibility that there is something going on in your Defias that you don't know about.
It's true, I haven't been home in a while. It's possible they are restless.
Onyxia's power to manipulate still lies in that amulet. Who knows the damage it could cause? A riot? A civil war?
Indeed. But yes, I miss palling around with Vanessa. Having her as my ally was like the perfect narrative addition to Legion for Velena, because role-playing wise, my girl here, Velena, was one of the people in that party that killed her father. And after learning that she was doing so amidst all this corruption and people's mind control, at first she thought she was totally justified. She was a hero, and in ways she was, because they were causing destruction and death. But, you know, what if they had gone after Onyxia first? Would it have broken that stranglehold that she had over people's hearts and minds in the area? Apparently, this quest is confirming no, that disdain was always there. But that's how I roleplayed it back in the day. So Vanessa joining up with your party, initially wanting to kill you, and then you putting her in your place. I kind of roleplayed it of like, after that encounter you have with her in Legion, I was like, hey, fight with me, work with me, learn my character, see what I fight for, see what I do. And if after this struggle is over, after we've saved the world, you still can't leave it in your heart to forgive me for killing your father, then I will gladly let you take my life in repayment for your father. And so that was a personal story, not one that was in the game, for Velena and Vanessa. And just two girl rogues, two V-named girl rogues back to back. It was beautiful. I loved it, and I miss her. I want WoW to introduce bodyguards, like evergreen bodyguards that don't just leave every expansion. Just for the fun of it. They don't need to be like game breaking. They don't need to do a ton of damage or make the game easy. Just it'd be fun to collect them the same way you collect pets and mounts and everything. Let me collect and level up bodyguards. That'd be amazing.
You got my attention.
All right, we've got Ragged John. What you be wanting? Hello again, John. Who the what? Who are you? A friend of Windsor's, remember? Windsor? Oh, hey, Windsor, what a fine fella. Gone to the dirt now. Took a whole dragon to finally take him down, I heard. Got it all in his head that some fine noble lady was actually a dragon, and then he was right. Windsor always was something special. I can't do the accent that well. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Yes, John, I was there. John peers at you. Yeah, sure you were. I'm looking for more information he may have dug up on Onyxia and her stuff. I did gather together what I could find of Windsor's old stuff, though. Thought maybe his family would want it. Or maybe Stormwind would put up a memorial or something. But then I found out his family's all dead, and didn't hear nothing from Stormwind. Merchant came by and said it was old Bolvar Foredragon who did all the work of revealing Onyxia. Windsor's old belongings will do. Where did you put them? Hey now, I weren't done yet. Firstly, some folks came through and said it was Mr. Foredragon. Then someone comes along and says it was some champion I ain't never heard of. And then someone even tried to tell me it was old Varian Rin, rest his fine soul, that confronted Onyxia. Now look here, I ain't got nothing against old man Rin, and his son seemed fine enough too. But I ain't heard a peep about my old pal Windsor. He didn't get an ounce of credit. Now that just ain't right. Yes, John, that was me with Windsor. You've met me. Are you even listening? Nah, I'm not. I'm not letting his memory get taken away of again. Ragged John tears up. I shouldn't have left him with the orcs in the first place. Maybe then he'd never have died trying to go after that dragon. I won't let his memory go to waste, John. You won't? Do you promise? Will ya? Will you get him one of those fancy memorials in Stormwind? Like old man Rin's got? Like all the heroes get? Because he was a hero. I'll see what I can do. Okay. I trust you. What did you want again? Windsor's old stuff. Where is it? Ah, right. Well, thing is, I don't exactly have it on myself at the moment. I'll see here. Windsor spent a lot of time at Blackrock Mountain. That's a long way. A few weeks ago, when I finally was bringing all this stuff I found back here, I was attacked by a giant wolf. Now, before you say anything, understand here that it was the biggest, giantest wolf I ever did see. Its eyes were the size of my whole body. Its claws are like something real big like. Trust me, it ain't no wolf you want to mess with. So, I ran. And I might have lost Windsor's stuff along the way. The wolf grabbed the pack, ran back to his den. It's probably long gone. Just a chew toy. Now there's a little bit of conversation there. The fact that they attributed to Rin, to Windsor, to Bolvar Foredragon, it's a little bit of a joke on the fact that there's the in-game events, there's the recounting of events in World of Warcraft Chronicle, and there's also the recount of events of the World of Warcraft comic book, which all say very different things about how Onyxia was confronted and when she was confronted. So I think Chronicle is the canon events, but he's making a little bit of a joke there on the confusion of what actually happened in the Onyxia unmasking. And I think that's pretty cool. We just killed the wolf, the big wolf. Got a chewed piece of a journal. I have both deeper stratagem talent points, which means I now have the ability to have 7 combo points. I've never had that many combo points in World of Warcraft history. Alright, we got all 4 pieces of chewed journal. I'm just gonna turn this hat around because it's bugging me. How it keeps bumping the back of my chair.
How are you?
Drink always seems to be empty. Why is my drink always empty?
Watch
Got the
your
journal.
back.
Ah, Windsor.
Off with you.
Ragged John blinks blearily up at you. So you took down that old warg, did you? Well, aren't you the biggest, strongest human I've seen since old Windsor? Ragged John sighs. Well, what are you still doing here? Go take what you found to whoever sent you here in the first place. Oh, he's got more information as well. So, lore dump time. The Devised Brotherhood exists for many reasons, but they would not exist without Onyxia. The First War saw Stormwind razed to the ground. Edwin Van Cleef led the Stonemasons Guild in rebuilding the city. But when they were to be paid, the House of Nobles refused. It was chaos at the time, but we now know how Onyxia, as Lady Prester, worked behind the scenes. She convinced the house that the stonemasons' work was poor and they were being ripped off. Then, she went to the stonemasons and convinced them that the House of Nobles despised them and would never pay their due. Her magical influence was a subtle thing, not overt mind control. She could not force someone to do something they did not already want to do somewhere inside. Onyxia played both sides against each other so well, a riot erupted in the city. A throne rock struck Queen Tiffin Rin and took her life. Varian's wife, Anduin's mother. In a world of wars and demons, it was a cruelly simple fate. King Varian was furious and banished the stonemasons from the city. They fled to Westfall, where Onyxia continued to stoke their rage by using her influence to cut off supplies and support to the region. They became the Defias Brotherhood, and under Edwin Van Cleef's reign, they turned to banditry and murder to recover the gold owed to them. Asked Shaw how he felt about the Defias Brotherhood. It is easy to sympathize with the plight of the Stonemasons Guild. It is not so easy to overlook the banditry and murders committed by the Defias. Their goals never justified their methods. That does not mean that their goals, to see the stonemasons paid, to help the people of Westfall, should be forgotten. King Anduin made strides in addressing those issues, but for many, it will never be enough. All we can do is keep trying, forming a working relationship with Vanessa Van Cleef herself. That sounds like another step in the right direction. That's about something else. We have Vanessa. Yes. What is the Stormwind City Spy Master doing having a chat with one of the most notorious criminal leaders known to man, instead of arresting her on sight? Good question. Vanessa is not an innocent woman. The Furlbrows, the Deadminds, there is much she should answer for. But war changes all of us. During the invasion of the Burning Legion, she took up her blades and poisons in defense of Azeroth. I saw her bleed for our world. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Maybe I'm just going soft. Maybe because I knew her father. Whatever the reason, I believe there is good in her. She cares deeply for the people of Westfall. And she is not her father. Someday, she might actually listen to reason. Ask if Shaw knew Edwin Van Cleef. Shaw's jaw tightens. Yes, I knew him. He did more than know him. They trained together. As cunning, I guess not warriors as we know the word warrior, but generic warriors. Ask for more information about the Drakefire amulet. We don't know where or how Onyxia first acquired her dragon's eye, as the amulet was first called, but while she had it on her person, her words were like honey to all that heard them, myself included. I remember a sort of fog around her. It never occurred to me to question a single thing she said, regardless of my normally cynical nature. Mind you, our wills were still our own. It was the combination of her cunning and her magic that gave her power. She knew what you wanted to hear, and how to push you in the direction you were already facing. The amulet could not force anyone to do something they didn't already want to do, somewhere inside. When Onyxia was in the height of her power as Lady Prester, she placed the dragon's eye directly on Borval Fordragon. That seemed to enthrall him even more deeply than the rest of us. But then you and Windsor arrived, and in the confrontation, the amulet was shattered. Onyxia fled to her lair and locked the door behind her. but the key was within her broken amulet. You reforged the dragon's eye into the Dragonflight amulet. You used to enter her lair. Is that correct grammar? It should be you used it to enter her lair. Otherwise, there shouldn't be a period at the end of Drakefire Amulet. It should be you reforged the dragon eye into the Drakefire Amulet you used to enter her lair, comma, where you finally put an end to her. Typo, sorry. Afterward, the Drakefire Amulet was returned to Stormwind, where it was kept in safekeeping, lest its power linger. Two options to ask about something. Okay. Looking
Sleep
for
with
some...
one eye open.
Ragged John is still around, is he? Been a while since I sent some agents to check up on him. He's a good man, under it all. Now, what are these notes? Clessington?
Look to the shadows. The job's not done
Clessington
yet.
Estate. Excellent, Valena. Finally, something we can work with. Count Clessington is a member of the House of Nobles and a powerful mage. He has fallen on hard times since Anduin cracked down on the corruption in Stormwind. I would not put it past him to have something to do with this. He recently purchased an old manor in Duskwood. I will contact my sources and see what other information I can find. You and Vanessa should go to the manor and investigate.
Sleep with one eye open.
Oh, goodness. Could it be that there's a corrupt noble causing trouble in Stormwind? What a surprise.
The House of Nobles has seen great strides in rooting out corruption since Anduin's reign. I've overseen much of it myself, Vanessa.
Well, clearly it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I'll have to check my lore document to see if I had listed Shaw as also completely oblivious to Katrana. I don't think I ever have them specifically interacting. Or, you know, Shaw in relation to me, etc. But I'll double check that later, because that is some news to me. Him admitting that he, too, was enthralled by her. I always thought with his quests and his connections and places he was sending you in Vanilla WoW, that he knew something was up, but he also knew that he was, like, under surveillance from his superiors and his masters, so that he couldn't specifically say or do anything without kind of alerting the nobles. So instead, he was having adventurers do all the legwork so that he would remain unaudited. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, that was kind of my impression, but maybe he was just enthralled like everyone else.
What was my father thinking? This place is a disaster. We'll never turn a profit.
There's a dead attendant, and then Cecilia Clessington.
Yes?
She does not appear to notice you. What do you know about the Drakefire amulet?
I will be here.
That's none of your business.
Attendant, stop! What are you doing?
We answer to your father, not you.
Curses! I knew something wasn't right. Let's get out of here, stranger.
Oh, okay.
This way. Just...
Oh, thanks for doing all the work, champion. I figured you wouldn't want me in your way. Now, who is this?
I am Cecilia Primrose Clessington II, at your service. Now, what has happened with the Drakefire amulet? I want to help.
Tell Cecilia that the Drakefire amulet has been stolen. Oh, first, my family was once large and prominent in the House of Nobles. Now, with war after war, it's just me and my father left. And my father is a bit old-fashioned. He won't accept that our household just isn't what it used to be. That led him to some questionable decisions, trying to restore us to power. Then King Anduin cracked down on the house, and, well, things have never been worse for us. I try not to care about all that. I'm just trying to keep a roof over our heads. Doesn't matter to me if it's gilded.
I should have known. My father just sent me here to get me out of his way. He's been raving about the Drakefire amulet and restoring our family's glory for years. I try to reason with him, but he doesn't listen. Sometimes his obsession scares me. If the amulet has been stolen, I'm certain it was his doing. And I'd wager he took it to Moonbrook, where he's been off doing business. What can I do?
You have my deepest apologies, friend, for the behavior of my attendants. Though I suppose they were never mine. They're my father's. Likely sent with me to keep me out of his way while he does something terrible. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this. I'm so sorry. Please, let me help
Watch
you
yourself.
stop him.
What can I do for you? Nothing will stand in my way.
Moonbrook? What is Count Clessington doing in my home? It can't be anything good. I'll signal Shaw. Vanessa glances at Cecilia Clessington. She might make for a good hostage. Let's bring the rich girl, too. Meet us there.
Did you just call me a hostage? Wait, aren't you...
Vanessa Van Cleef, leader of the Defias Brotherhood, at your service.
Oh dear.
Do you see them? There's more of these agents from Clessington skulking about.
I had no idea he brought on so many.
This isn't right. Where is everyone? Where is my Brotherhood?
Right there. There's a Defias thief.
Less talk, more action.
Why is it so empty?
I will have my revenge someday.
It's been a while since I've been home. Something isn't right. My people should be here. I'm going in, but I won't turn down some backup. I never should have left for so long.
I am ready.
These attendants of my father's attacked us the moment we arrived. These are certainly not the kindly servants I had as a child. These are hired killers. If my father is playing what I think he's planning, we can't let him do this. They will kill everyone in their way. Cecilia winces. If it's kill or be killed...
Be safe.
The job's not done. Vanessa, I've been wanting to tell you. I knew your father. Long, long ago, as children. We were friends, even.
I know. He spoke of you. You didn't join his cause, so he hated you.
Edwin was always a fierce man. But he wasn't always such an angry man. He could be kind, and often remarkably generous. I hope, in the time that you had with him, that kindness still shone through.
Growing up, I always thought if I was just good enough, just strong enough, I could earn that kindness. When he was killed, when you ordered him killed, I lost the chance to ever see that side of him. To prove myself to him.
It is never up to a child to earn their parents' kindness. You don't have anything to prove to anyone, Vanessa.
Ah, the smell of straw and cow dung. This place brings back a lot of memories. It's probably been a while for you too, huh? But then again, have you ever seen this place through the eyes of a Defias? When my father led the Brotherhood, he followed a path of banditry and vengeance. I lead them in order to overthrow a corrupt government that abandoned us. At least I thought I did. But I followed the same path. I let the people of Westfall down. During the Legion invasion, we fought for something greater. The old king died, and it became hard to carry on old... Anduin offered pardons and reparations for former stonemasons and their families. I lost almost all of my best people that day.
Good old Anduin.
The ones that remained in the Defias were the rowdy ones. The angry ones. The ones that enjoyed robbing anything in sight. I'm also angry. I'll never forget my father's death. But in my own attempt at revolution, I hurt them.
No reparation is enough. The stonemasons deserve every coin in every coffer of Stormwind City. Classington will lead us there.
Duncan! You weren't even a stonemason. You joined to be a thief!
So, you finally show yourself, Van Cleef. And with the Stormwind dog in tow. See, Defias? See how she will make us all lapdogs of Stormwind.
We muster in Northshire. Join us, and we march on Stormwind. For the Defias!
The amulet!
Oh, they're going through a portal to Northshire.
I think we took a wrong turn. I've always hated what a maze this place is.
That's some good old-fashioned RPG dungeoning. They've since mostly done away with that in WoW's dungeon design.
Words are petty.
How dare they?
Right away.
I should have known I lost control of the Brotherhood the moment those pardons were offered. Anyone with principle is long gone. It's only the brutes left now. And Duncan Ratsbon was always the biggest brute of them all. Let's get out of here, Velena. If any of these fools try to get in our way, let's teach them a lesson about standing in the path of a Van Cleef.
Nothing. You're slow and I want to get out of here. Take this elixir. Let's go.
Hey, hold on. We got kills. We got people to kill. That's the thing about playing an MMO is it's hard to suspend that disbelief that you're the only one involved when you arrive at a location and these titans in god armor are murdering everyone. There we go. Okay. But it is what it is. And also you wouldn't have these people ruining...
The Brotherhood has turned against me. Clessington and Duncan Ratsbon lead them to attack Northshire, and then Stormwind itself.
Northshire? They'll wipe out the new recruits posted there.
I want to help.
Hope their souls find peace. I wish it didn't have to be this way.
Watch yourself.
Sure.
Less talk, more action.
Feels odd, and yet this feels a long time coming. Since fighting the Legion, I felt distant from the Brotherhood. More aid started to trickle into Westfall, and while it will never be enough, the spark of revolution dimmed. Or maybe it was just getting older. Still, I once thought of myself as someone who stood up for the people. I made mistakes. I hurt them. But who else do they have? I need to do better. Not for the Defias, but for Westfall.
Right away.
To Northshire.
Sleep with one eye open.
Vanessa's care for her people deserves better than a brotherhood of bandits. I am glad to see them both ways. And as spy master, I'm in no small part relieved. Now, Northshire, peasants can become heroes there. Perhaps your own journey began in that abbey. It's also a strong, defensible position to attack Stormwind from. We cannot let it fall. Hurry to Northshire.
The job's not done yet.
I may not be of much help, but I still wish to accompany you to Northshire and stop my father.
Wait! Vanessa, we're with you. We didn't join the Defias to steal from innocents.
If the Brotherhood wants to follow Duncan down the path of banditry for banditry's sake, we don't want any part of it.
We've always walked a fine line. Thank you all. Go home to your families. This isn't your fight anymore. We will never let Stormwind abandon and abuse Westfall again. But this is not the way to do it.
Thank you, Hope.
It's been a long time since I've gone by that name.
I'm really liking how this is connected. This obviously it's a heritage questline, so it makes sense, but it's kind of connected to the heart and soul of old Warcraft and a lot of those stories and stories I've been invested in since the beginning. So that's pretty cool. All right, here we go.
Is that Van Cleave? Guards!
Hold, Marshal. She's on our side for now.
And this is a storyline that we can kind of finally see some resolution to. Even if the zone mobs don't change in Westfall or whatever, this was kind of a lingering plot thread. Van Cleef's journey and the existence of the Defias.
We fight in the shadows.
We
Look
must
to the
help.
shadows.
We're too late, Valena. Blessington has holed himself inside the Abbey and is spreading the chaotic influence of the amulet all over Northshire. I don't think most of the people here know the difference between friend and foe anymore. This man seems like the type to have a backup plan. Those agents must have a way to get past Blessington's barrier, take them out and look for anything useful.
Sleep with one eye open.
Good old Marshal McBride, the man himself, the first dude, gives you something to do in this video game if you are a human. Good to see you again, recruit. Wish it were in better circumstances. Whatever this influence is, anybody with half a grudge now thinks it's worth spilling blood over. Not to mention all the Defias bandits and the hired thugs. At this rate, more soldiers from Stormwind will only create more confusion. From what I've seen, you can knock the sense back into most of these people. If they keep fighting you after their eyes have cleared, do what you must. They have made their choice.
Be careful.
We saw Clessington use the amulet in Moonbrook. Its pull was like hunger for chaos and power.
My father will use it to spark an insurrection and bring down his political rivals. He's spoken of this plan for years, but I never thought he would actually go through with it.
Even if we know he was behind it all, could he use the amulet to make us forget? To make us think he was in the right? He must be stopped.
All right, good to know. All right, so Vanessa, her mask is gone. The Defias and her are now separated, which this kind of cleanly is created that division of the Defias are no longer manipulated. They're no longer freedom fighters for Westfall. They're just bandits. They're just bad guys. Vanessa, lovable, innocent, maybe not innocent, just amazing Vanessa fought side by side with her in Legion. Her hands are washed with the Defias. So this is a lot of really great story resolution being delivered here. I'm having a great time. Northshire Defender, what's their problem? Okay. I also thought the whole Cataclysm's orcaning of the area, just this whole thing, it's just a mess. Like, what's going on? Uh-oh. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Go lay down. I don't want to kill you. Confused recruit. Alright, buddy. Can we hack away a little bit? And give up? Hey, hey. Okay, yes. I was gonna say, Mr. Warlock, do not murder this human. Defias murders only. Oh. She laid her arms down, too. Sorry, I need to think. So these reactions are leaning more back towards the, even though they say, you know, people, the Drakefire Amulet doesn't mind control people, that's true. This is going back more into the kind of lore that I wrote for the characters in a lot of ways, which is that they're in such just a hate fog that they couldn't even realize what they were doing. And in my story, I knock sense into a couple people, allowing room for them to change their ways. It's fun RPing in this game. I like it a lot. Even though recent expansions have been a lot more story heavy, I always felt like kind of up until Mists of Pandaria, there was a lot of this game gave you a lot of breathing room to roleplay, to write your own stories and not like dictate who your character was. There's some other MMOs out there where they will straight up tell you, oh, she thought for a second and then she came back to kill me. Some other MMOs out there who will say, you are the reincarnation of a god. You are the chosen one from the super mega crystal. You are the most important person in the world. And it's like, except they do that in like expansion number 4. So it's like after 10 years of me writing my own narratives for this character, they're straight up telling me I'm not what I was playing. That was an interesting moment. But Warcraft has never done that to me. Stormwind must fall for its crimes. Warcraft has always afforded me the breathing room to just be lay old champion. Even in Legion, when they put you in charge of things and deliver some absolutely incredible lore moments with your character at the center of it, with everyone praising you, you still get enough space to, when it was all over, lay up that weapon and go back to your normal life as just a regular Joe. And I like that. When we stepped, a lot of people complained about the loss of the weapon and the status, but I liked that when we stepped into BFA, we were revered. People knew who we were and what we'd done, but we were also back on our own shit for the most part. And then Shadowlands just, at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to roleplay, like, integrate Shadowlands into my roleplay. There's just, I have no place for it.
King's honor, friend.
We'll take anyone we can and heal them up, even if we have to tie some down. Sure hope that magic doesn't have any lasting effects.
Light bless you.
I thought I saw you glance in my direction.
We must get past the barrier to Clessington as soon as we can.
The job's not done yet.
Looks like these might be able to combine somehow.
Look to the shadows.
What can I do?
I'm no great mage like my father, but I do know a few of his tricks. I saw those signets you got off the enforcers. My father's private chambers were locked by a similar magical trinket, which can be broken apart into pieces. Let me put those signets back together into an arcane key. That should get us past the barrier. Then, I can only hope we can talk some sense into him.
Be safe. With your help, friend, I think we can take down that barrier.
Slow down, rich girl. You'll get yourself killed.
Hey, Night Zebra 2122. How's it going? I'm glad you got the popcorn. Playing some casual lore dump World of Warcraft. Then there's this guy, literally Satan, helping us.
Father, enough! Is your lust for power really worth all this pain?
Cecilia, you've never understood. Onyxia promised our family power. We deserve to rule. I've waited long enough. The kingdom will be mine. Feel the power of Onyxia.
Oh, nice. Our little Rachel popped up there. We're going to use a Blade Flurry. I must have not taken Killing Spree in my talents, or it's because I'm only level 60, it's further down in the tree.
You cannot resist me. You cannot fight back. Come, defy us.
Yep. That's interesting. I like that, using the human racial. That's great.
on, rich man. We're not giving up.
No, I will rule. I will be king. Come, fools! Fight! Fight!
He's sorry. He doesn't know what came over him.
No more, Father. Please. Please, just stop.
Never! Never!
Let's roll the boners on him.
No! I cannot fall! Onyxia promised more! More!
Father! Yes?
I'm sorry. I need a moment. He was not a good man, but he was my father.
All yours.
We fight in the shadows.
So it is done. I would have liked to have questioned the man more, but the power was too much for him. We cannot allow the amulet to end up in anyone else's hands. Claim it, Velena, and we shall ensure its safe return to Stormwind together.
The job's not done yet. I thought I saw you glance in my direction. Wait. Something isn't right. Vanessa.
Noticed my little sleight of hand, did you? No way I'm leaving something like this for Stormwind. The Drakefire amulet is mine now.
I don't think so, Van Cleef. Hand it over. Sleep with one eye open.
The control I could give you. You only have to take it. You cannot resist. Kill them all. Take it for yourself.
It's Onyxia. Her will lingers over that amulet. Over all of us.
Some long-dead dragon thinks she can manipulate me? I don't think so. I've had enough of this worthless trinket.
Oh.
No! Power! Consume all! Take it all!
Your power is gone, and your legacy is broken, Snake.
Words are petty.
Are we done here?
I will have my revenge someday.
I'm tired, Velena. I'm tired of
Is
the
this what it's
constant
for?
battles.
To overcome them, time and time again.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Okay, that was a little bit of a glitch there, so I'm just gonna read it. Vanessa says, "Is this what it's always going to be for our people? To be manipulated by great unknown powers time and time again?" Shaw replies, "And to overcome them time and time again." Are we done here? I'm tired, Velena. I'm tired of the constant battles. I'm tired of being manipulated, abandoned, and hurt. All of our people are... I miss the person I used to be. A simple girl who wanted to follow her father's footsteps and help her home in the same stride. The girl who thought that was possible. Vanessa sighs. I suppose I owe you some thanks.
I will have my revenge someday.
Vanessa, come on. Come on, girl. I'm reading. I suppose I owe you some thanks. You've given me much to think about.
Nothing will stand in my way.
This mission ended up being far more than any of us expected. Elena, and you did very well. I read that stupidly. I thought that was a period. Small text. I shudder to think what would have happened without you here. Sometime back, the king commissioned a set of armor be made. Armor to adorn our greatest heroes. You have proven yourself more deserving of such an honor. You have proven yourself more than deserving of such an honor. Meet me in the Valley of Heroes, Valena.
Look to the shadows.
Your father died. Right in front of you. Because of us.
Yes. But he chose to walk a path of evil. His death was his own doing. And I have no desire to carry on his legacy.
A father's legacy. Maybe I too should find my own path. Not my father's.
SI-7 could always use a capable agent such as yourself.
In your dreams, Shaw. In the past, I got caught up in the desire for vengeance. But I always wanted to help the people of Westfall. Perhaps it is time Hope Saldean passed out bowls of soup again.
If
I was
you
just
don't
saying.
mind, I think I would like to join you for that.
I was gonna say, you should become a cook. Be the exact opposite of being a rogue. And that's what she's gonna do. Night Zebra says, I'm gonna have to make a human now, and yes, I would agree. This is a pretty great questline. Better than some of the other Heritage armor questlines, I might add. But this was pretty great. Alright, we got
It's
Shaw.
Shaw. Matthias Shaw.
With your help, we've stopped Clessington from bringing chaos and violence into Stormwind. Go, hero. Approach General Hammond Clay and accept the greatest honor Stormwind can bestow. I'm going to tell him that Ragged John wanted a memorial for Windsor. Let's do it. Did he now? Well, he's right. Against all odds, Marshal Reginald Windsor helped us stop Onyxia once again. This time from beyond the grave. I will see to it that we place something on his grave to honor him. Too often we fail to recognize the deeds of our heroes until they are gone. We want to change that with you, Valena. I am ready.
People of Stormwind, bear witness today to the deeds of this champion,
Slow walk.
who has stood valiantly against the many foes that would threaten our fair city.
Hell yeah.
For their courage, we honor our champion as Lion Guard, defender of Stormwind and all her people. Rise, and light bless you, Lion of Stormwind! Well met.
You have done so much for this city. Thank you, hero. Wear this armor with pride.
Go with honor, friend.
All right, we got the armor. And the troops are going back to their posts. We'll take a quick look at what this armor entails. I think what I'm going to do here is the WoW UI is going to be on the left of the screen. I have a 21:9 monitor, so we're going to offset this a little bit. And let's take a look at what was added to the collection. Wow, lots of belts. There's full sets. Okay, here's what we got. Now this looks a little bit more like plaid, like a guard would be wearing, but still, I think there's some pretty awesome additions here. Oh shit, dude, look at that. That's paladin stuff right there. Then we got the blue as well. That's pretty sick. That's amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. I definitely recommend seeing some of these storylines in Classic, and then hopping in here, doing the Cataclysm era storyline of Westfall to meet Vanessa, then hopping on a... You can make a rogue. You could make a level 10 allied race rogue and just hop into Legion right away and start doing some of those quest lines where you meet Vanessa and do the Legion stuff with her. Or you can do the new starting experience, get to level 10, go to Legion via Chromie time there, and do it that way with a human and start that journey to getting a human up to level 50 to do the Heritage Armor. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream, the video. Peace out. Have a good one.